hope this time it works better than yesterday. Let me share my stream that I'm online. And then let's start doing this. What's happening here? So, I have to once again get into my dashboard creator thing and then stream manager. Pop out this chat here so that I see what you're actually writing me. Okay. And then what I have to do is also have to share this. Dr. Michaela is online, right? Dr. Michaela is online, right? Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna do this here with you. So let's connect to Twitter. And then I actually have a thread here for my challenge. Let me see. Don't know what's the best way to access that, but here. Day 1. So now we're going to day 1, and then we are. Oh, how do I add that to the thread? Let me see. From the thread, yeah, okay. And now I just add another tweet. Day 2, right? Now let's say what we did today. I played around with some GitHub data. Oh, GitHub data, that's what I did the whole day. GitHub. GitHub. It's late here. GitHub data, and actually I should be like, this should be big, right? GitHub data, and now it's time to make a plan for the, I don't know, what's the plan that we are going to do? We are going to do a plan for the tool, for the release, right? For the whole, an initial plan, because it's not going to be the whole plan, right? Initial plan for the whole October challenge. Come once again, streaming on Twitch. Ooh. Twitch. This is wrongly typed. Oh my god. So once again, streaming on Twitch. Here we go. Come and Twitch. Come join me and say hi. This time with sound, I hope. So, okay. I actually don't know. I haven't checked if I have sound. Do you hear me? Or is it again the same as yesterday? That you can't hear me? You should actually be able to hear me. Okay, so day 2, played around with some GitHub data, and now it's time to make an initial plan for the whole October challenge. Once again, streaming on Twitch. Come join me and say hi, this time with sound, I hope. Well, I know. Okay. The whole October. And now I have to, they actually have a hashtag. I was looking for this hashtag yesterday. Woman make or something like that is the hashtag. I forgot it. And this is somehow loading really slow. I will look it up on, let me see, on my Gmail, because I got an email about it today. Send drafts, no, actually. I already put it somewhere. There we go, and there should be woman make, and there's a hashtag woman make challenge. Okay, so this is not woman make challenge, yeah, for the whole October woman make challenge. Okay, so let's tweet this, and now let's think about, well, as I said, I played around a little bit with the GitHub data. Actually, I had a little prototype already of my now I have to close that. I got distracted. I had a little prototype already that I created over the last couple of weeks, but more to learn JavaScript because I'm not super good at JavaScript, and so I wanted to level my skills up a little bit with JavaScript. But turns out I actually went back to Python. So right now I make the whole tool in Python, and so I actually finished today to re-implement everything that I had in this JavaScript file in Python, and I was playing a little bit around with the GitHub data, seeing what data I can access, how the whole API works. So that was actually quite nice. Yeah, what else? And now I'm thinking, because I actually spent the whole day playing around, and I think this is really something, an easy trap that we can fall in as developers, that we can just use the whole day or the whole month to implement, right? So I could actually start and think, well, the whole challenge is to implement this tool, and so I'm starting today to implement the tool, and end of October I released the tool. But actually that's not what's required. There are actually much more steps that are required for starting a business, right? So this would be just the part of the tooling itself. And I actually want to do a little bit more in this October challenge and a little bit less of the programming. So I want to program less. My goal is really, I announced that yesterday, my goal is to have the tiniest code review tool, the tiniest product that I can come up with that adds value. And but I want to add a little bit more around it. So today I'm gonna make a little bit of plan, just a brainstorming session, a quick one. I don't want to stay too long on this stream. A quick brainstorming session to just get an idea of what we have to do to get this tool transformed into a potential business, right? So I'm actually gonna just call this list to do, and we will just start a little bit brainstorming what I think is needed. Well, on one hand, there is like the implementation, right, of the MVP, and obviously we also have to think about what are the features, understanding the feature space, right? And then we also have to build a landing page. Potentially we have to create a newsletter, right, where people can sign up, create a sign up list. I mean, it's not hard to do it, but it will take me some time to do it and to do it properly, right? That there's maybe even an automation flow in it, that when people sign up, that they get some information, some emails about it and things like that. What else do we have to do? Well, I was actually thinking about making a really small first iteration and then getting some customer feedback, right? So find customers, find early, I think customers is find early potential, because it's not really customers, right? It's potential customers. And then let me see what's going on here. So, sorry, a little bit distracted again. Early potential customers, right? Find early and then talk to them, right? So I actually scheduled today already a meeting with somebody. Get feedback. So get early feedback on tooling, right? I think it's really important. I mean, the whole thing started from I want to do this, which is probably the worst place that you want to start your product business in. Like, oh, I want to build this. And I'm well aware of that. And because of that, I have to balance it a little bit with, well, really understanding what people would like to get out of that, right? And I have a couple of ideas in which direction this tool could go. But obviously, because October is only a few days long, and this is not my full-time job. And I also want to do all the other things, like promoting it a little bit and having customer research. I really have to understand what potential customers would want to do, right? It's also understanding where they are, right? Understanding who is the customer, I think is really important. I have a vague idea, but depending on which direction I will go with the tool. Hi, Rick. Cool that you are here. Nice. Thanks for joining in. I'm talking about this challenge that I'm doing. I don't know if you've been here yesterday, but I'm doing this Woman Make challenge where we are shipping something in October. I wanted to do it already last year, and this year I'm finally ready, and I will ship the tiniest code review product tool. You were here yesterday. Thank you. Great. So you could lip read it. I don't know if that's an English word. Lip read it 2 times, and now the 3rd time. Today I hopefully have some sound. So I was talking about understanding who the customer is. So depending on the tool that I will implement, I have a few ideas, right? And I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that. I actually have one idea that I want to do as the earliest, and that's really because it's very aligned with my services business that I have, right? So I'm giving code review workshops, and I'm consulting with a large corporation mostly, especially for the consulting gigs, about code reviews and improving their code review practices. And so this tool will plug into my service business. So somehow I'm the first customer of that of that tool. And so this is actually what there's a strong tendency to just build that because I will need it, and I need it for my consultations with the clients. And then I don't know, maybe it will develop into a standalone tool, right? So that it's a little bit less with me, right? So the consultation is a little bit decoupled from my expertise. So somehow I try to extract what I know about code reviews into that tool, and it does some part of the magic on its own. There's another part of this tool that I think it's part of this tool, but it's enhancement. And because I see it like this, I see it as an enhancement, a next step, which makes the whole thing a little bit more rounded. I don't think that I will do that in October. But if I see that I cannot extract enough my knowledge into an automated tool, then I could potentially swap over to something else. On the Trello, zoom in, good question. I could, just do it like this. Is that helping? So right now the Trello is really simple, but probably this tool, this board, will evolve. So this is just some of the brainstorming ideas that I had, because today I played around with GitHub data the whole day, and then at the end of the day I realized, well, I could go on and do that for the whole October, but I don't think that I have a tool, a business, a tool with some business potential at the end. I just have like a lot of software created, so I really try not to do that. And so today I wanted to think a little bit and brainstorm in this session. As a first thing, I will probably iterate over that over and over again. But what I have to do, right? So there's the implementation, but I really have to understand the feature space. This was a little bit what I talked about right now, that, these different kind of tools that I see, they are a little bit connected, but understanding what I really focus on right now. And then there are also other things like building a landing page that I have to do, creating a sign up list so that people can, while I'm building this, already sign up if they're interested, and also find early potential customers, right? So, and when I'm thinking about, the tool that I'm building, I have to keep in mind who I'm building it for. I have an idea of the personality, right? The persona, so to say, for whom that tool will be. Right now, I think it's very close to the clients that I have with my workshop business that are booking the code review workshops. But also for that, when I'm thinking and brainstorming about my tool that I have, there are different personas that will use it, right, in different ways. And I have to be careful not to mix that up because, as I said, I want to build the tiniest product. It's really easy to write a lot of code, have a lot of features. Yeah. And so I have to find early potential customers, get early feedback. That's really important for me. I actually scheduled a meeting already on Monday with somebody that I will talk about the first implementation that I did today. It's very rough. It's very in the very in German we say in the Kinderschuhe, which means like the children's shoes. I don't think there is a English English phrase like that. Anyway, well, and understanding who the customer is, right? Because I have never formalized that. I just have it in my mind, but I've never formalized it. So what else do I have to do? I think... So the implementation, understanding the feature space, building a landing page, creating a sign-up list, finding early potential customers, getting early feedback on the tool, understanding who is the customer, right? These are somehow, I think, the main task, large tasks, but obviously they are, I mean, if you go into each of them, they become a little bit, you can enhance them. They are like probably infinitive. I'm thinking if I can already assign that somehow, right? So on one hand, there is like the ideation, right? Ideation phase. And I would say understanding the feature space is there, right? Understanding who the customer is, I think, is also in there. Getting early feedback on the tool. Maybe I should do a little bit of market analysis, right? Like also understanding what would be the price range. Analysis. What would be the price range, right? For such a tool. What would people pay for it? And that has to do directly with the value, right? What is the value? And I think this is really super important. I think this should be also in the implementation thing, right? You could write a lot of code, but it's not necessarily valuable code. Well, this is finding early potential customers is not really, this is more, I don't know if I can call it marketing. It's not really marketing. It's user research. So there's a user research phase, right? And this is finding early potential customers. I think also I could do a little bit like a research on potential products that are already there. And now, because this is now why it's in user research, right? There's like research on that potential product now. Research on potential products and existing pain points, right? So the question is, why would people not use something else that's already there? I put it under user research because it's not, I don't think just reading websites really makes sense. So, but it's more really talking to people and understanding what they are saying, right? So why are they doing something in the way that they are doing it? Create a sign-up list and landing page. I think this is really marketing, or marketing is, I don't think it's the right term for it, but I will put it under marketing because it sort of is, right? I don't know. So, and one thing that I'm really not super good at is sales. I think I've never done sales, not even for my business right now. And I'm thinking I'm skipping that stuff from here as well, just because I don't know how to do it, and this will take me too much time. But I put it here like sales because it's something that I want to learn, and I just learn about sales after the product finished, right? I don't know. Maybe it's even good to do that. Maybe I could put it into research I could actually put it into the user research because seeing how people react to my sales pitch will tell me, I don't know if it will tell me something of the product or about my skills about sales. I don't know. Learn about sales. I think that's it. Just have a reminder that actually I think sales is really important. It's just that from the space that I'm coming from, I haven't learned it. I think it's a very powerful thing to know, but I should get better at it. Well, and there's the implementation of the MVP, right? Maybe we put testing there as well. Testing the MVP, making sure that it's good enough for the first use. So, what do you think, Rick? Or is it Rich K? I said Rick, but just because the K was there at the end. What do you think? Should I add something else? I mean, there are probably many things that I should think of. I try to do everything in October. Yes. Everything in October. So I have to have a very tight schedule, and everything will be just a little piece, right? So understanding the feature space will be probably a day. Understanding who the customer is, I spend a day. And obviously I will iterate over that, but getting early feedback on the tool means that, I don't know, each week when I have a milestone, I will do something, and a little bit later on, maybe I have 2 sessions per week, something like that. So everything is really, it's rich. Is that correct? Is it the English name? Everything will just be like a tiny step into the right direction, like a mini iteration of a big thing, right? So I really think this is the seed of my tool. It's not gonna be the final tool, but I also don't think I should just implement a whole month and then do the rest. And the same for market analysis, right? So I will do all of that a little bit based on iterations that I do. Yeah. So maybe thinking about goals, right? So we could actually have some goals there. I think goals are really powerful, right? So what is the goal for something that we do in October, right? So in a few days, weeks, a month. So the goal would be a runnable, right? Runnable, not crashing. This is my definition of it's good enough, right? A runnable, not crashing application that I don't know if we can say what it already does. No, that's it. A runnable, not crashing application. That's the definition of our implementation, right? So if we manage to do that, testing MVP. No, would be really the testing the MVP. This is related to the not crashing part of my application. The testing MVP, in meaning is it getting feedback, is here in the ideation phase or in the user research phase, right? So how many customers do we want to talk to? Goal. Maybe our goal is like find 5 potential customers. I think it's a nice number for a month, right? Find 5 potential customers and talk to them, right? I don't know, show them the tool. Is that concrete enough? And get feedback. It's still a little bit fluffy, right? Get feedback on the tool, but let's put it that way. It's okay for today. Goal, find 5 potential customers and get feedback on the tool. And then we have ideation phase, right? Understand the feature space, understanding who is the customer, get early feedback on the tool, market analysis, and price range. So I think right now I have sort of 3 different tools in mind, right? So I really think, even though I already decided that I'm probably doing the first one, I should take the time to write down for each of them, right? What would be the feature? What would the tool do? The tiniest tool of each of them, right? Who would be the customer of that specific tool? I don't think I should get feedback on those 3 different things right now. I thought about this, but I just don't think that October is time-wise enough. And I know, so I have 3 things that I want to do. One is it's really more about analyzing the code review processes, which is what I'm doing right now with my customers already. So it will be a tool that somehow helps me do that in a more automated way. The other is an extension of that, which is you can see that the first one I think is more a tooling that doesn't live. It's not very interactive, right? It's like you get a report out of it, and I make sense out of it. And this is actually what I would like to build in October. And then the next part of that will be that there's some interaction, right? So people will be interacting with that. And I think these are two different things. There are also two different customers for those two tools that are building on top of each other. And there is also a third one that I have in mind that is really very developer focused. So it's very different. It's a very different customer. But I think I still should take the time to define a little bit more concretely what those three tools would look like, right? So describe the three tool variations, right? Because I think they are somehow connected. Variations. So this is wrong. Variations. Inclusive, including the customer type, right? Customer types, usage, scenarios, and price. Okay, this is too much. So I'm gonna describe the two tools. I'm gonna describe just the tool because two of them are really connected. And it could be that I'm actually even implementing both of them in this October. Describe the tool variation, including customer types, usage scenarios, and price. So this is the goal for October. I probably can't do a full-blown market analysis. But because I'm my own customer, I think it's okay. I know I need it. Marketing, build a landing page, create a sign-up list. I think this is very concrete, right? Goal. Oh, God. Landing page and sign-up list. This will be also minimal. I don't spend too much time on it, but I think it's important to have it. So maybe this is also something that I should do very early. Learn about sales. There's no goal about this. I'm just not doing it. So this is it. I think this is it for today. I'm actually satisfied. I think these are good goals. And then I will iterate on them. This is big. So this was my stream for today. I'm not sure if I will turn on my stream tomorrow. Maybe. If I do, I will let you know via Twitter, or you can see it if you follow me. You can see it on my Twitch stream thingy, on my notifications. So thank you so much, especially Rich, for being here and keeping me company, which is really, really nice if I'm not doing this alone here. And I hope there was something interesting in there. I don't know, are you building a tool as well? Are you doing something similar? You're not? What are you doing? Are you a software engineer or? Yeah, cool. Okay, so maybe see you tomorrow. And thanks for joining in. And yeah, have a good day. I will go to sleep now. Bye-bye.